Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be my wrap up for April of all the books that I read. So let's get right into it. Let me get my ebooks ready. This month I read 7 books, which is not bad. I think that's pretty much how much I'm averaging lately, is about 7 to 8 books. It just kind of depends on my mood and how much things I've got going on. So let's start with the first book that I finished reading, and I actually included in my last month's wrap up because it was part of a series, and it's The Sword and the Song by what's her name? I'm pretty sure it's Carla Laureano. And this is a trilogy. I went more into depth in this in my last reading wrap up, so I will leave that link down below. I literally finished this April 1st. The only reason why I'm including it here. So if you want to know more about this book series, I will leave that video down below. It is really good and I really enjoyed it. Was it the last book my favorite? No. The second book was my favorite. It was the ending for me, but it wasn't a terrible ending. It was just kind of ending. It ended the way I thought it would. And I was just hoping that there would be like a twist. The next books that I read are these 3 books. This is the Folk of the Air trilogy. So I read The Cruel Prince, The Wicked King, and The Queen of Nothing. This is actually a really good series. This is a YA fantasy series. And I really enjoyed it. My favorite books, actually, I really liked all the books, and I like the way she ended it. I do wish the last book was a little bit longer because I feel like there could have been a little bit more details. Once you get towards like the last 100 pages of the last book where it's ending, everything is happening so quick. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but I just feel like there could have been a little bit more details. Things were happening so quickly that like every other paragraph, it was like a new thing. So if you were like skimming the book, no. You had to actually like pay attention. But the series overall is really good. I enjoyed it. There's that. I didn't do too much reading this month, so there's not a lot. The next 2 books I read were ebooks, and it was In Case You Missed It and Tempting Taste. So In Case You Missed It was by Lindsay Kelk, and Tempting Taste was by Sarah Whitney. In my last reading vlog, I actually go more into depth about these books because I was reading these books during the reading vlog. They were pretty good. Have nothing really crazy to say. They weren't like brand new favorites or anything, but they weren't bad reads. It was something quick to read to kind of break up my physical book readings and just everything that I've been doing. It was nice to just kind of, if I had time, pull out my phone and read a little bit. And then the last book that I read for the month was When People Are Big and God Is Small by Edward T. Welch. This was an excellent book. I think if you're a Christian, this is a great book to pick up and just read through. There's so much truth in here and just so much that you don't realize. It's about overcoming peer pressure, codependency, and the fear of man. Even if you don't think that you're codependent or you have a people-pleasing, people-fearing issue, read the book. It's really good. It's amazing the different things in our lives that actually stem from a fear of people or a need of people in a way that we should be needing God or fearing God. So I really enjoyed this book. Actually, my next video coming out is a full review on this book, so I'm not going to give you guys too much. But if you want more details on this book and more of what is actually in the book, definitely look out for my next video because that's what's going to be happening. And I guess I can talk to you guys a little bit about the books I want to read this month, May, since there's not much books here. So let's see. So my goal is to continue reading some books that I have started. I have like put Verity on like DNF for right now. Not that it's a bad book. It's a good book. I just think I don't feel like it's a book I need to be reading, so I don't think I'm actually going to go back to it. So I'm DNFing it just because I don't feel right reading it. There's a lot more spice in that book than people have said. And, probably a year or 2 ago, probably wouldn't have fazed me. But now I'm just like, I don't need that. There are some other books that I have read that do have some spicy scenes and stuff like that, but this one was just a lot. And the book itself is disturbing. It was so far like the suspense part of it and like the mystery of it all was really good. And like, I really wish I know what happens. Maybe I'll read some spoilers, but the actual it was just a lot for me. So I just figured, put it away instead of like trying to push through it when like clearly the Holy Spirit's telling me not to read it. So that's what we did there. The next book that I'm going to continue reading is The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. So this is just about 2 sisters, they're twins, and they live in this town that, like, being light, they're in a black community, but being light is like favorable. So they left that, and then it's just talking about them coming back eventually, and just like the different things that they've gone through in their lives. So, and this one was good so far. I was just taking a while reading it because there's a lot to unpack in every chapter, and so far I'm liking it. The next book I want to pick up is Taken by Dee Henderson. She is a Christian author who writes more suspense types books with some romance in it. So this one seems like it's going to be good. It's about a girl who was abducted at 16, and she found her way out, and it's just like, now she's contacting a private investigator because she's trying to get the people who kidnapped her imprisoned. So seems like it's going to be a good book. I do enjoy her writing. Her books are slow. They're not like a fast-paced book. There are slow burns, and there's no spicy scenes in them. The romances in them are they're just extremely slow. Extremely slow. The next book by Dee Henderson is The Guardian that I want to read, and it's the second book in the O'Malley series. The series is about seven or eight siblings. They're not blood siblings, but they were raised together in like they were like in the system, and then when they got out, they all took on the name O'Malley, and they are family. So this is about the brother who is a U.S. Marshal. So things happened. The next book I want to pick up is this book by Sally Hepworth that I picked up at BJ's. It's called The Younger Wife. It really seems like a Lifetime movie in book form, so that's what I'm expecting. The next few books, this one is called Pray by Valerie Warner. It's pray confidently and consistently, finally letting go of the things holding you back from your most important prayer. I just feel like this is a book I need to read, and it was always my plan to read it after I finished the When People Are Big and God Is Small. So that's this book. And then the next two books that I'm reading are part of, since I am going through the book of Exodus, these books have to do with that. So the first book is Choose: A Study of Moses for a Life That Matters by Jody Zinninks. So this goes through Moses' life. It's a study on that. So I'm excited to read through that this month. And then this book, The Plan B Prayer by Tim Zacharias, goes through Psalm 90. And it goes through Moses and the Israelites and everything that happened there based off of Psalm 90. So that is what I read last month and what I hope to read this month. Yeah, I know this was a shorter video, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I will see you guys in my next video. Also, if you want to know more about that other book in detail, that will be my next video going out. So I will see you guys in my next one.